The mind's playground. Do you know kids have less play than they've ever had before? Oh, good. I don't have to say anything more. You all know. But why is that so important? Because in play, they learn from a young age how to manipulate objects and then move on to manipulating thoughts, ideas, and concepts. And unstructured play is the most important because you're put in situations where you have to respond and understand the social rules and learn to connect. So when that unstructured play happens, you can start to see where the challenges are. What aren't you getting about getting angry at your friend because he beat you in checkers and you're yelling at him? What aren't you understanding? And you give them feedback. Feedback has to be succinct, quick, and one point at a time. Too many points, there's overwhelm. But on the flip side of that, can you imagine if all you do is pay attention to feedback of what you're doing wrong as opposed to feedback that shines the light on what you're doing right? It's a whole different mindset. I can assure you that one of the most powerful tools that we have that we can access and are available to at any time is the power to acknowledge. The power to, do you notice I started this session off by acknowledging those people that helped me here. Not because I wanted to get brownie points, because that's a strength that I embrace. That's a value that I embrace, to acknowledge the people that help get me there. Some people with ADHD are afraid to play with others and be an unstructured play. You know why? Because they have a belief that they have to do it by themselves. And playing by yourself is the worst thing you can do, except if you're building imagination on yourself, because the limbic system needs connection with people. It's not the worst thing to be able to imagine on your own, but it's the worst thing if you want to learn how to connect with other people is to be by yourself. So as we learn to play, look at the demographics of the world. 2 parents working, we're seeing more structured play. So structured play is not bad, but if you take into account what boredom does, why would you put your kid in a boring situation of social connection without finding out, how can I put my son or daughter or put myself as an adult in a situation where I can integrate something engaging in that social situation? Whose responsibility is that? If you know you're going into that situation, you have to find a way to get engaged. And this is the responsibility of the parent with the kid. And as we get older, I know that if I go to a bank meeting and I hate finances and I got to get that loan, I better be interested in some way, because if I get up and walk out and don't come back, I'll never get the loan. And that's exactly what one of my clients did. He wanted a loan for his business, and he went in there and he said, I got to go to the bathroom, because they were talking about balance sheets or whatever, and he never came back. Never came back. And then he got angry that he didn't get the loan. Doesn't work that way. You've got to be connected.